Hello there, everyone. What I'd like you to do today, before we get fully settled down, is slightly different, is pick something about you, whether it be a part of your body or a part of your personality, that you think is absolutely perfect. Okay, you wouldn't change that part of you one bit. It might be how much you love your kids. It might be how good you are as a friend. It could be your nose. It could be your little finger, your big toe, or anything in between. Okay, so I just want you to pick something, and no matter how small, about either your physical body or your kind of attitude, your personality, etc., etc. Pick one of those things and focus on something that is perfect. Okay. Mine's my ears. I'm going to go with ears today. Cool. So, if you're not already, sit down or lie down and think about your posture a little bit. Just relax your head at the top of your neck. Relax your shoulders. Just run through your body, just relaxing every part. Your hips, knees, ankles, feet, and everything in between. And take a couple of slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. You can do it. You can breathe through your nose. It's just that you're used to breathing fast. Breathing through your nose is slow, so you get a bit worried and you panic. Don't worry, don't panic. You can go for a couple of minutes without oxygen anyway, so just breathe slowly through your nose. Usually find that the nose begins to clear and it gets easier the more you do it. A little reminder from last week, bring the tongue to the roof of your mouth, kind of vacuum it there, and keep your lips loosely closed and your teeth just slightly apart, perhaps kind of resting together. Okay, so not squeezing, but touching to some degree. Bring your attention to that perfect part of you, whether it's the physical part or the mental part, personality part. Whatever it is, that perfect part of you. If it's physical, focus on that area, and if it's not physical, see if you can find a location in your body where you feel that that part of you lives. Your head, your neck, your torso, wherever it could be. Just for a moment, focus on those areas that are the perfect parts of you. Really get a sense of them. See it in all its detail, as much as you can. Colour, shape, size, weight, tingling. If you're like me and it's my ears, I'm thinking about the folds of the ears, maybe thinking about the anatomy of the inner ear, which don't worry about too much. If you don't know the anatomy, just, make it up. Play with it. Playing with it is fine. You see it all working perfectly. Just stay with those perfect parts for now. What those perfect parts are going to do, hopefully the feeling you've generated there. Literally my ears are tingling like crazy. Create a ball of energy that's come from that perfect part of you. You might see it as a sphere, a certain colour of light. Be thick, heavy, or translucent and light, it doesn't matter. You're just going to hold that ball of energy in your hands for a little while. And that perfect energy is going to start to expand. Okay, again, it might get heavier, it might not, it just gets larger. And in your hands now, you're going to feel sensations in your fingers, palms of your hands, as you're holding that now very large ball of perfect energy. Just going to continue to increase the power in that ball of energy. So not necessarily its size, increase the strength. And from that perfect point of your body, your personality, you're going to be like a river, flowing more energy into that big sphere that's just in your hands. If you haven't already, grow that sphere to a really big bubble, one that you could step inside and put yourself inside it. Okay, and now you're surrounded by a ball of perfect energy that you've generated yourself. You've got access to this ball of energy at any time you choose. You just have to remember that it's there to tap into it. Okay, now from this ball of energy, lines are now going to start coming back in towards your body to areas that you feel are not perfect. Could be in your skull, in your brain. It might be a particular area of the head that you want to focus on, vision, glands, just a general sense of the brain itself, or somewhere else in your body entirely. And that perfect energy you created is going to go back inside and clean away the junk that is filling up the areas that you don't see as perfect. And it's going to wash that stuff away. Then from that initial point that you found, whether it's in your head or your tummy or your leg or your knees, that light is going to start moving through the rest of your body, finding all the other areas that you feel are imperfect and filling them up with perfect energy. Now you can start to feel your whole body begin to vibrate with this new light energy. Just keep allowing that light energy to get everywhere into your body. All the way down to your toes, to the top of your head, and down into your fingertips and everywhere in between. This is not only changing you physically, but it's changing you mentally and emotionally too. Clearing away anger, grief, sadness, fear, frustration, overwhelm, pride, emotions that we don't need so much of. And they're being replaced with truth, joy, happiness, light, and peace. Feel all of those emotions that you don't want being washed away easily and peacefully. From this river of energy that is running both out of your body into this ball and then back in and through, permeating every cell of your body. Make sure you take this energy up to your eyes, the window of the soul, key organ for our health. Focus on the outside of the eye, the bit that you would see, the whites, the iris, and the pupil. And just feel the energy moving around the surface of the eye. Now we're going to move into the center of the eye. Think about the shape and make sure it's perfectly round and not oval shaped or elongated. When the shape of the eye changes, it affects how light hits our retina, which then affects our vision, and then how light interacts with our brain, which has then deeper effects on our health. And then come right the way back to the back of the eye, where the retina is, where all the magic happens with vision. And see that energy just filling up the retina, all the important structures back there, making sure all the light sensitive cells are fully functioning and communicating with the nervous system. We're going to come back another stage. We're going to go through the optic nerve back into the brain. And feel this perfect energy go into the brain where the pituitary gland lives. Pituitary gland, if I say it right. Giving energy off to create all the hormones we need from there at the right time of day, at the right quantities. Then we can move back to the hypothalamus, where the suprachiasmatic nucleus lives, the SCN, our master clock. This clock controls the clocks in all of our other cells and organs. I'm just going to set the time there to the appropriate time for what it is for you right now. Okay, so in your mind, you can just see a clock in your skull and just set the time to roughly what it is right now for you, whether you're listening live or listening on recording. Just come back to your perfect point. That perfect part of your body or personality, whichever one you chose. Just continue seeing the energy come out of that area, flowing up into this bubble that's all around you. Seeing the energy come back into the body through different areas what you find imperfect, even though they are actually perfectly right for right now. And just see the energy flowing around in one big swishy circle, going all over your body, and then eventually coming back to your perfect point in one giant loop. Take another deep breath in through the nose, into the belly, filling the chest second, and then if it's a really deep breath, filling up into the neck as well. And release it again all through the nose. up from 1 to 5. And at the end of that, we'll say wide awake, feeling great, feeling better than before. And we'll open our eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes, wide awake, feeling great, feeling better than before.